next week was gonna be a quick course. It was gonna be a review, a test, and then work on your action plans. And the action plan, all the action plan is hey, from the material that we learned in the test, from the material that you learned in the course, what are some of the things that you're gonna put toward you as a leader on your hockey team? Or just in life? That's what the action plan is, all right? So now, what we're gonna do instead here today is, so next week, there'll still be a quick review. You'll still take the test next week. Although what I was thinking for you all today, maybe we could take a practice one, all of us on Kahoot. All right, I'll try to get it pulled up real quickly. Shoot, those are pretty fun. And you'll see how you're doing versus everybody else. A little competition here today. All right, so we'll do a review. I'll give you, 5 to 10 minutes off so I can pull up the Kahoot test. We'll come back in here. We'll do a practice Kahoot test for the people who are here. And then I'll answer any questions you might have. And then I'm just going to give you time to work on your action plans, and depending on what your schedules are, and I'm not sure where you guys are going from here, but that's what we'll do today. Is that good for you all? Does that work for you guys? You have a little more flexibility. Next week, for the people who are here today, you may very well have a shorter week anyway next week, because the people who aren't here will still be working on their action plans and stuff like that. But we want you to do that final LRC. I think, quite frankly, it's the most fun LRC we do. And so we really want to do it. All right? Good? Yeah. All right, good. Let's do a review of this material. You guys know how Kahoot works, right? Where it's open book, but you don't really get anything by it being open book, because it's not just a question of getting the right answer. It's speed, how quickly you can answer, right? But let's have our books open, and as we go through the review this morning, teammates, if there's holes in the answers, we'll give you a chance to take notes on it. Okay? Okay. Let's first start with effective communication. I was the instructor 7 weeks ago for this section. All right? Let's talk about effective communication, right? Jack, we'll start here. What is leading by example?
Typically someone who works with that.
That's right. Jack, why doesn't, don't look at your notes for this one, it's fine, you know that, right? Why doesn't it work?
Because you work hard doesn't mean everybody else.
Right? I mean, teammates, of us, heck, I would probably think that maybe you are these people. How many of you have ever been on a team where there's one person who comes in early, stays late, always does their workouts, does a little bit more of their workout? How many of us have ever been on a team that there's at least one person on that team that does that? Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me that many of you are probably those people. And then the question is, okay, so tell me, because you did that, or that one person did it, every single member of the team did it too? Have you ever seen that? No, exactly. That's why we tell coaches all the time, please stop using that statement, leading by example. Now, people who do that, do I like those people? Do you like those people? Show up early, stay late, work hard, get extra reps. Do you like those people? Yeah, me too. But we just don't say you're leading by example because of it. We call it you're setting the example. Right? Why doesn't it work? Just because you work hard doesn't mean everybody else will. Excuse me for 1 second. I don't know why my nose is running here. Do you have a Kleenex here or something? Stuff. You go.
I'll get some.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Sorry.
No problem.
Right. So now when we talk, yeah, go ahead.
I scan it really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
We need a sign in for when we arrive.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. That's you have to scan it every day, don't you?
Yeah.
So what? Do we not remember that, or to do it today, or what's up?
I'm gonna get it in here, and
Oh, you forgot. All right, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you.
Oh, good. Now, when we, are you guys signed in? We're all good here? Yeah, okay. So when we talk about being in a, coach was like, oh, so work so hard, comes in early, stays late. Matt, thank you so much. Just keep it in the box too. Yeah. Excuse me. So, coaches say, yeah, guy comes in early, stays late. He's just kind of quiet, doesn't say anything. He or she, they lead by example. Like, Coach, please stop saying it. Yeah, I love those people, but you're lying to them. They're not leading because they're doing it. They're setting the example. For us to be the best teammates and best leaders we can be, we must be able to effectively communicate. Must be. When we think about effective communication, if I were to ask you this truthfully, now I know you've got the answers up here, but if I were to ask you this, when you think about effective communication, how many of us think how we speak first? Is that what we would think first? Yeah, I think most all of us would. When in fact, effective communication takes two things. Yeah, it takes an effective speaker, but first and foremost, it takes an effective listener. I'm very bad at it. I listen to respond. I've had to work really hard on listening to understand. And because I have worked on this skill, it's improved my marriage. That's my number one team. Now, when I was your age, obviously it wasn't my number one team, right? But it'll help you with your coaches today, if you can get better at it. It'll help you with your teammates today. It'll help you with your friends, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, significant others. It will make an impact on you today if we can become better communicators, and specifically, if we can teach ourselves and develop this skill to listen to understand. What is listening to understand? Do you remember, what's one thing that shows that we're listening to understand? Do you remember, Owen? Attentive behavior. What is attentive behavior? Give me one thing that shows that you have attentive behavior. Well, thank you there, smart guy. That would be attentive behavior. Yes, Owen. No, what would show? Yeah, Austin. Eye contact. Yeah, write down eye contact if you don't have it. Owen. Hey, here's the deal. Teammates, listen, you know what? This is something that we work with coaches on, and why we feel it's so important, because you're on the ice, right? What do coaches do at any point, at the end of practice, right? Coaches will skate onto the center ice, right? And be like, hey, everybody bring it in, right? Is that what your coaches do?
We have a whistle too.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. Thank you for correcting me, Austin. All right. But either way, everybody comes in. Not part of my story, Austin. So everybody comes in, right? And when everybody comes in, we come in on a circle on the coach, right? Was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? We tell coaches all the time, like, stop. You know why coaches say, hey, everybody bring it in, everybody gets into a circle? Because when they were your age, you know what their coach did? Hey, everybody bring it in, come into a circle. So then coaches become coaches, and they're like, hey, everybody bring it in, we come into a circle. You will never see, or if you do it, it's a bad leader, a bad communicator. You would never see an officer in the Marine Corps say, hey guys, bring it in on me, and somebody talk like this while there's people behind them. You'll never see it. Why? Because what we know is effective communication takes two things. Yeah, I gotta be a good speaker, but first I gotta make sure people are listening to me. How many of us are standing in front of the coach and we're looking behind them at our teammates who are over here screwing around with each other? We're here looking at our teammates who are like Austin looking at the girls' team walking in the thing when he should be paying attention to the coach, right? Yeah, that's right, Austin, right? He knows it. He's over here smiling. He knows it. Right? Yeah. So, for us, you're a team leader. When you talk to the team, hey, guys, come on, bring it in. And you stand here and just talk to everybody. Make sure people have attentive behavior. You have eye contact. Good. 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 Eye contact. Great. Attentive behavior. Empathetic responses. You know what an empathetic response is? Exactly, Henry. Exactly. Smile. Nod your head, dummy. That's right. That's an empathetic response. That's an empathetic response, right? Now, here, I want you, if you don't have it written down, I want you to star this right here. Ask a follow-up question. Star it. Underline it. That's what you do if you tend to listen to respond. Yeah, but. Before, what you can do to develop a habit to listen to understand better is just provide a goal for yourself that before I respond to whoever's speaking at me, before I respond to my coach, my mom, my dad, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, before my friends, before I respond to them, I'm going to ask them a question about what they just talked to me about. That will help you become a better listener to understander. Okay. We listen to understand, not to respond. Listen to understand, first date with my now wife, right? Listening to respond, the last fight I got into with that same woman. Yeah, but. It's tough for us to do this. And here's the reason why it's tough for us to do this. On average, how many words a minute do we speak, do you think? 150. We speak on average about 150. How powerful are our brains? How many words can our brains make sense of?
350.
Yeah, 450. 450. When you think about this, guys, right? Like, I listen to way too much of this because my son listens to it all the time, and I used to hate being 14 and my dad would always listen to his music. He would never let me listen to mine, and his music sucked. And I feel like Axel probably thinks that about me, so I actually let him listen to his music. So I listen to a lot of rap. All right? When you think about, on average, we speak 150 words a minute, and we can make sense of 450 words a minute. You know how you can make sense of a lot of words a minute? How many of you guys listen to rap music? Right? You ever listen to Eminem? Right? You see how fast he raps at times? And can we make sense of the words? You can. Right? So, but on average, not everybody else speaks that quickly. On average, we speak 150 words a minute, but our brains are powerful enough to make sense of 450 words a minute. So what do we do with that extra capacity in our minds? We multitask. We get on our phones. We think about how we're going to respond to the person speaking at us. Don't. Just listen to understand. Good? All right, here we go. CLAP. What does the acronym CLAP stand for, Emmy?
Clear, loud, authority, pause, good posture.
Okay, now, great, good job. Now, on that, what I want you to do is, I want you to star the last P of that. All right? Star the last P. And teammates, I'm sorry, I'm going to keep checking my phone here because Devin is stuck at the not stuck there, but he's at the airport, and I told him to update me throughout the day about this bag. It is not going to impact you about what we already talked about because it ain't getting here on time. There's one thing, you'll hear me speak about this. We listen to understand. Now, we don't try to change the way people talk. How you talk, we all talk differently. Where we're from, rich, poor, our race, sex, all this stuff. We all talk differently. We don't try to change the way people just talk. But there is a right way to speak. And as an athlete, as a leader, you're out there with you. How you talk to your teammates at lunchtime. Talk to them however you want to talk to them. But when we're a speaker, you're speaking to the team. Whether it's on the ice, whether it's in between periods, there's a right way to speak. We speak with clap. Clear, loud, with authority, pause, good posture. I had you underline the last one, which is what, Devin? What? Prepare. Prepare what you want to say before you speak it. Always. Even if it's, hey, you're skating off the ice in between the first and second period. You guys have struggled in the first period, right? And what do people do? They skate off the ice, they get into the locker room, and they just are pissed, so they just start yelling and screaming stuff. I mean, maybe it makes you feel good to yell and scream and that stuff, but it's not effective communication. Hey, as you're skating off the ice, maybe you wait outside the locker room for just 30 seconds and think, hey, what is it that I want to speak about here? Prepare. Prepare. Listen to understand. Ask a follow-along question. That'll help you listen to understand better. As speakers, the number one thing you can do is prepare for what you want to say. Now, all the rest of it is important, clear, loud, with authority. That preparation piece is key. Good? Good. The three components of battlefield or meeting room communication are what, Jake? The importance of using a person's name. Key. And you have that written down 1, 2, and 3 in your notebooks? And Anna, what's number 1?
Name.
Yes, that's right. Right? Star it. Star name. Use people's names. Now, do you guys have any idea why? Olivia, do you have your workbook on you?
No.
Right. Does somebody have an extra one, or do we have paper for Olivia who could maybe just take a notes on papers? You got paper? Take it on there, Olivia, okay? Do you have any reason why we call it battlefield or meeting room? Those seem like two very different places, don't they? A battlefield and a meeting room, or a sheet of ice and a meeting room. They seem like very different things. Why do we use, if we're on a sheet of ice, the reason why we use people's names first, or in a battlefield, why we use people's names first is, if I say, shift left Emmy, when do you think you start listening? When I say your name. And people go, wait, what? Right? Because people are shooting at us, right? Literally or figuratively, right? But do you know why you use it even in a setting like this? You've heard me, I've been using people's names since we got in here, right? Do you know why we do it? Why you should do it? Because when you start using people's names automatically, even if you're not the person being called on, right? Like Owen still has to be like, oh God, I can't just be thinking about my wet feet right now. Like I gotta be listening. Is because, oh God, this guy can call on me specifically. That's why we tell coaches, stop saying, hey guys, girls, universal term, guys, right? Like, because when you say that, people like, hey, you guys got any questions? Nobody in the history of that has ever raised their hand and been like, you got a question, right? Use people's names first. The golden rule of communication is 3 questions, Henrik. What's the first question? What do I know? What's the second?
Who else needs to know it?
And Olivia, do you know what the third is? The golden rule of communication. What do I know? Who else needs to know it? And?
Have I told them?
Yep, have I told them? Good, thank you, Jake. And have I told them? Good. What is positive communication? How do we positively communicate with each other? Devin, do you have your workbook or no?
I just joined late, so I don't have to.
Yeah, do you have paper? Can you get paper and pen, Devin?
Yeah.
And the reason why is we remember things, all of us, by writing things down. So I want you to write it down, even if you don't have your workbook. What is positive communication? Aaron, what's positive communication?
Tell people what you want them to do, not what you don't want them to do.
That's right, just let's think about this. Speak positively. Now, most people, when they think about positive communication, they think about let's go guys. That's called cheerleading. Hey, we need to be cheerleaders sometimes. As teammates and as leaders, no doubt. But that's cheerleading, that's not positive communication. Devin, you gotta get a better piece of paper than that. What are you, Devin, hold this piece of paper up for everybody that Devin's taking notes on. Look at that. There has to be a better sheet of paper in there. Devin. All right, we're not Neanderthals here, Devin. Positive communication. Positive communication. Tell people what you want them to do, not what you don't want them to do. And I used this example with you a few months ago. Everybody listening up here, pay attention. Don't think of a pink elephant. What do we all think about? Yeah. That's the power of negative communication, right? Positive communicate. Tell people what you want them to do. Okay, what's a back brief? Austin.
The leader asks team members questions, and then the members brief back to the leaders.
Great. When do you conduct it, Austin?
After end of a play or a meeting.
Yeah, at the end of a play meeting, a coach or you're telling your teammate, like, hey, I want you to go here, I want you to do this, whatever. All right, you got it? Everybody says, yeah, I got it. And then we go out on the ice and people do not got it. Do a back brief. Hey, you got it? Yeah, I got it, coach. Great. What are you going to go do? Tell me. Brief it back to me. Right? That's all it is, okay? Why do you conduct back briefs? To ensure effective communication. Okay, a debrief. We're going to roll through these quickly. Coaches should do these, but you as a team, you're struggling with honey baked ham, right? All a debrief is a discussion about what went well, what can we improve, and our plan for doing so. Jake, if the team is struggling, Tyler, if the team is struggling, right? We can bitch and complain at each other, point fingers all we want. It's not going to make it better. Can we get together as a team and just have a discussion? Non-emotional. What's going well? What can we improve? What's our plan to do so? Do you know that teams that conduct regular debriefs perform 20% higher than teams that don't? And still, teams don't do it. You conduct debriefs at the end of the day, week, month, at the end of the project, at the end of the game. Okay? How do you conduct it? A couple of things here that I would suggest to you. Do it in phases. Instead of saying, hey, how do you guys think we played today? Hey, how's our preparation before the game even started? Okay, then what about the first period? How was the intermission? What did we do during intermission? What about the second period? Okay. If you all as athletes are calling on athletes on your team, use people's names during the debrief. Make sure that the quiet members of your teammates are participating. And finally, at the end of it, use a back brief. All right, at the end of the debrief, you're going to say, hey, all right, hey, what did we discuss here today? What's our plan for getting better? Closed loop communication. Emmy, what's closed loop communication?
Trying to follow up on consent tasks.
That's it. Because a message sent is not a message received. A message responded to is. Teammates, this is key right here for you though, closed loop communication. My brother-in-law was a pro hockey player. And all of my nephews have played, but in my family, we weren't. In the winter, I played basketball. My son is a big basketball player. But so educate me. But let me tell you, have you guys ever played basketball or has it been hockey your whole lives? Anybody play basketball? Play a little bit, Austin? Yeah. In basketball, if you show me a team that communicates effectively, I'll show you a good defensive team. Now, communicating effectively doesn't necessarily mean they're going to score points, because you need talent to put the ball in the basket. You need some skill. But to play defense in basketball, you got to work hard, and if we're going to do it well as a team, we got to communicate effectively as a team. The best team, is that true in hockey too, or not?
It is.
It is, right? You gotta communicate. Is it true also for offense and defense? You probably, it helps more on the defensive end than it does the offense. Is that true or not?
It's probably balance, because there's many plays that you wanna do in the offensive zone, and then in the defensive zone, there's a lot of switches, just like in basketball.
Yeah.
You have to communicate those.
I mean,
Yeah,
probably a little more for them.
in the defensive end. Because on the offensive end, we're running a play, and you practice that play, somebody who's going somewhere. Defensively, now you're reacting to the offense, so we're switching, hey, you can't necessarily, like synchronize it, can you? Like, it's not Dancing with the Stars type of thing, is it? Yeah, right, okay, good. So, that's why I say, so what are we doing here, Martin, is when we, everybody, when we talk about closed loop communication, how does this impact you on the defensive end, right? There's gonna be somebody who's gonna say, I'll use a basketball example again, right? Hey, pick coming on your right side, right? And then nobody says anything. And with closed loop communication, you see really good teams play defense. You hear one guy say, hey, there's a pick coming on your right side. And then that person goes, hey, I got a pick coming. And they respond to it. They're closing the loop. It's not just one person saying it, it's the other person responding to it that they heard it. Do that, you'll be a good defensive hockey team. All right, any questions at all about effective communication? Okay, let's talk about creating a championship culture. Who are the best people of an organization, Tyler?
Talented people and people that have core values.
They sure are core values. For you all now, you're getting to a certain age where it's starting to change, certainly by 18, right? But our core values, what age are they generally set by? Our value system.
35.
Yeah, you think? Somebody else? 13 years old.
You're close to.
Yeah, you're very close, By the age, teammates, think about this, right? You will find, you're gonna find this out, okay? This is just, don't ever trust the guy who says, trust me. So I'm not gonna say trust me. At 18 years old, there's people either on your team or that you're in school with, and you think, man, that person's like, you go, you know what? Here's the upside to it for all of you, that person that you gotta play with or go to school with, whatever. Guess what? If you're at 18, that same person is gonna be a jerk at 38. Because their value system is set. Show me somebody who's kind at 16 years old. That person's kind at 56 years old. Your value system is set. Now, Owen, to be fair, right, you're still wrong. But values can change. They can. Does it happen often? No, it doesn't. But you see it all the time. You know where a lot of people, they'll say, such and such changed my life. I mean, I've heard it all the time. You know what they say? The Marine Corps changed my life. Yeah, you know why? Because they came from some horrible environment that they grew up in, surrounded by bad people. And now they're in this very intense environment. And they're in that intense environment with a lot of other people who have better values. And they do it for a really long time. And eventually, that 18-year-old kid who shows up in the Marine Corps is somebody completely different when they're 25 years old, 26 years old. So it does happen. By and large, our value system is set by the age of 13. That's powerful, right? The best people are talented and they share our core values. When you think about, hey, who are the people? When I'm 10 years old, when you're 10 years old, you know who I hung out with? Other kids who played football. I hung out with other kids who played basketball, other kids who played lacrosse. I just hung out with other kids who did what I did. But now, do you know who I spend time with? People who share my value system. I think they're the best people. I'm not even saying on my team. I'm just saying I think they're the best people. Now, the people who don't share my value system, you know what I think about them? I hate them. I hate people that don't share my value system. So do you, by the way, if you think about it. When you think about the people you hate, hate's a strong word, that you hate, it's probably because, like, maybe you're a very kind person, and there's some girl who's just mean. And you're like, I hate that. Yeah, you know what? She doesn't share your value system. Jay, you good guy, right? Nice person, right? You hate somebody who's a mean dude. You're like, man, I just hate that person. They could be playing hockey with you. They could be on your team. You ain't gonna spend time with them. No, because they don't just share. They just don't share our value system. I'm gonna go through this. Did you all do with Cole, did you all do the thing about, hey, what your values are? Yeah? What were yours, Olivia? Do you remember? No? None of them? What would you say your values would be?
Advertise is my biggest one.
Yeah, okay, so hardworking, yeah. Do you remember the others?
No.
No? What were yours, Austin?
Commitment, discipline, and effectiveness.
Yeah. Austin, what I would challenge you on is to keep that book, and when you're 35 years old, open it back up again and see if you're still committed, disciplined, and what is it, effectiveness? Yeah, still do it. Yeah. Emmy, how about yours? What were yours?
I think discipline.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You didn't write it down. All right. Does anybody else have it written? Jack, what were yours?
I think I had it on a different piece of paper.
You did? Okay. Yeah, Tyler?
Discipline, selflessness, and integrity.
Yeah, okay. Tyler, so let's just use those, right? That discipline, selflessness, and integrity. Tyler, I'm willing to bet that if you have a teammate that's undisciplined, you hate that son of a. Yeah. Tyler, that if there's somebody who's selfish with the puck, you hate that person. Let alone selfish in life. That's the power of values, about values. Good? Why must we define our core values? Ziggy, you got it? Why must we define our core values? Set it straight, Ziggy.
We are all the sum of our experiences.
We're all the sum of our experiences. Tyler, based on your experiences in your life, you have a certain mental picture of what a disciplined person does. Well, see, me, I was born and raised on a tree farm in Connecticut, and my dad's a policeman, mom's a school teacher. I went to the Naval Academy, played college lacrosse, was served in the Marine Corps, climbed Mount Everest, whatever. Well, I have a certain mental picture, too, of what a disciplined person does.
Yeah.
That's based on my experiences. Your definition of discipline is based on yours. Now, discipline is still one of our core values, but it may be different. Yours may be different than ours. Define them for yourself. What does it mean? And the reason why I challenge you to define what your core values are is this. Have you ever been, Devin, have you ever been disappointed in yourself of something that you've done? Yeah. Yep. Henrik, you ever been disappointed in yourself? Did something and then you went, that does not feel good. Yeah. And I'm not saying because a mom or dad found out about it or anything. I mean, that there was a consequence to it. Just you did something. You made a choice. And afterwards you were like, ugh. Just, it didn't feel good. Yes? Yes? Yeah, me too. Me too. And every single time, the reason why after I made that choice said, oh God, I'm really disappointed in myself. Things I regret in my life. It's because that choice I made, it wasn't in alignment with my core values. Mine are selfless, tough, and disciplined. I do something I make the soft choice. Even little things. Let me give you an example from yesterday. Yesterday in Connecticut, I live on a farm out there, right? It was 7 degrees in Connecticut yesterday. All right. You guys ice tub? You guys ice tub? Yeah, you do? Yeah. What temperature is the ice tub that you use?
I leave it outside, so it's just wet.
Oh, this next level, man. Yeah, go ahead. You, Jake, any idea? Yours is outside too. All right. So me, you can buy ice tubs now that are like $5,000, $6,000. They've got like circulators and all this stuff. Me, I'm too cheap for that. I bought a Frigidaire chest freezer. You know the type that you open the top of, right? I got the biggest one you can from scratch and dent. It cost me $300. I fill it up with water. I bought a $22 sensor on Amazon that sticks in the water that's plugged in that you set to a certain temperature. Mine is set to 36 degrees. Standard deviation of 2 degrees. 2 degrees warmer, 2 degrees colder, it turns on or shuts off. So it stays at 38 degrees. It's 7 degrees in Connecticut yesterday. I work out. I do that Peloton workout I was telling you guys about before we started today. The chest freezer is in my garage. My garage is not heated. It's 7 degrees in my garage. And I have to think, am I going to get in that ice tub? How long do you guys ice tub for?
A minute, and then do that 5 times maybe.
You do a minute for 5 times, right? I do 3 minutes straight, all right? Do you go full head under?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Not often.
Yeah, okay, so I go full head under, and then you come up and it just comes up to here. You know the point of it is? It's flippin' miserable. I mean miserable. In the summer it's miserable, let alone when it's 7 degrees outside. And yesterday I'm like, it's regular. You know what I did? I thought, if you don't do it, you've been doing this long enough. If you don't do it, if you don't show a little bit of toughness now and get in there, you're going to be upset at yourself the rest of the day. So I went out there and I did it, right? If I don't do it, yeah, I'm going to be upset at myself. My decision would not be in alignment with my core values. That's why it's important to define them. All right, what are goals? Goals are what based? Devin?
Performance-based.
They're performance-based. Do we have goals reinforce what we want to achieve? Are goals important to have, Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody's got them. Do you have that written down? Everybody has them? Write it down. Goals. Everybody has them. Standards. Standards are behavior-based. Goals are performance-based. Standards are behavior-based. Standards reinforce how we're expected to behave while achieving those goals. Next to standards, what I want you to write down next to standards is, so next to goals, what did you write down, Ziggy? What did I tell you just to write down?
Oh, everyone has them.
Everybody has them. Next to standards, what I want you to write down is world-class teams have them. Goals, everybody's got goals. Standards, how I'm going to behave while achieving those goals. World-class individuals, world-class teams have them. Standards reinforce our core values. That's why I challenge you all. Chances are your value system is set by the age that you all are at right now. Figure out what they are. Know what they are. Define them for yourself. That's your true north. Make decisions based on it. World-class individuals and world-class teams have them. Let's go to great teammates. Go to the great teammates section. Great teammates consistently. Let's go with this. Owen, Henry. Now Henry was here first. He can stay right there. Jack, you can stay right there. Ziggy, move your stuff over to this side over here. Hurry up, Ziggy. God damn, man. How long is it going to take you to stand up? Here, Tyler, over here. You get over here too, right? Yeah, over here, Ziggy. Move. Here, Emmy, can you move forward for us too, please? You get on this side too here. Alright, Austin, yeah, come on over here. That's good, right? What do we have? 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 5. Alright, this is good. Alright, now, here, shut your books. But hey, keep your finger like on the page so you know what page you're on. You know what I mean? No, I explained that wrong. So just like this, right? Just so you got your pencil in. Yeah, great. So Tyler, oh man, look at a smart guy here, right? So put your pencil or thing there so you can open it up if you don't know the answer. Every right answer will cost the other team 1 push-up. Okay? All right. Great teammates consistently meet and exceed 2 standards. Jake, what's the answer?
Set the example.
We set the example. And then what do great teammates do next? Austin?
Meet the example.
No. Hold up. Easy, teammates. Easy over there. Anybody want to try? Yes? Now, realize that costs you 1 push-up. You want to try again? Oh, now Ziggy, we're not so sure. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, Anna, you had your hand up. Great, all right. Come on.
That's 3.
One push-up. Here you go. Come on, knock it out. I'm going to wake up this morning. Just one good one. Just one good one. All right, good work. All right, that's 1. All right, good. We set the example, then we hold our teammates accountable. Who is nice to each other? We'll go team 1, team 2. Who's nice to each other? Team 1. Owen?
Bad teammates.
Dude, no. Who's nice to each other? Team 2, you want to steal this? Who is nice to each other? Emmy, you want to try?
I know the difference between.
Who is nice to each other? Jack?
Your kid.
No.
Push-ups.
That's all doing.
Well, that one can't.
Good friends. Good friends are nice to each other. Nice is telling each other what? Yes, Austin.
They want to hear.
What you want to hear. Good friends are nice to each other. We tell each other what we want to hear. Hey, I don't know if Cole went over this or not, but if so, I want you to open. Hey, did he say nice is a form of? Do you remember this? What's that?
Laziness.
What's that?
Laziness.
Laziness. Y'all have that? Open your page and I want you to write that down. Nice is a form of laziness. If you have it, good. Do you have it? Okay, good. You can shut the books again. Good. Nice is a form of what?
Laziness.
Laziness. And we tell each other what we want to hear. Who is kind? Oh, hold on. 1 push-up. Let's go. Here we go. There you go. Just 1 good one. That's right. All the way down. All the way up. Good. All right. Team 2. Who's kind to each other? Yes, Ziggy. No.
That's what
Who's kind to each other? Ziggy, you should get this. I set it up for you. If you know one, you gotta get that. Jake, who's kind to each other? Great. Good. 1 push-up. Go ahead.
Didn't.
You
got it wrong.
Yeah, no, I wasn't sure what that was.
Simon played it.
Say this again, Jack? Yes. Yeah, I should have you do a push-up just for asking that question. That's right. Good friends are nice to each other, Jack. Right? We tell each other what we want to hear. Great teammate, nice is a form of laziness. Great teammates are kind to each other. What is kind? Tyler,
Tell people what they need to hear.
what you need to hear.
It's on that.
Nice.
That's the difference. Okay, Jack? Good friends are nice to each other. We tell each other what we want to hear. Great teammates are kind to each other. We tell each other what we need to hear. Teammates, it's not a question about being nice or kind. Be both. Be both. Being good friends to each other is never a problem. Except when being good friends to each other becomes more important than being great teammates for one another. Teammates, I got a lot of friends. People that I'm just nice to associate with a lot of people. I'll only go to battle with great teammates, so. Be both to each other. Be nice and kind. When you have a teammate who says to you, hey, you're falling short, do any of us like to hold somebody accountable for when they're falling short? Do any of us like it? No, doesn't it make us uncomfortable? So let me highlight this to you. If you have a parent, even a parent, do I like telling my son and daughter when they're falling short? Do you think I like that? It sucks. It sucks. But why do I do that for them? What do you think, Austin?
So that they can improve.
Yeah. And why? Because I love them. I love them. Right? So I'm going to tell them. So even though it's uncomfortable for me to say it, them improving, them being not just improving, but them, I hope, becoming the best version of themselves. That's more important to me than the discomfort I feel in telling them. If you have a teammate or a coach then, or a parent who does that for you, holds you accountable, what they're saying is you being the best version of yourself, Emmy, that's more important to me as your teammate than the discomfort I feel saying this to you. So if a teammate is willing to do that for you, if a coach is willing to do it for you, if a parent is willing to do it for you, what should your response be to that, do you think? Yeah, Austin.
Something positive and be thankful.
Yeah, thank you. That's it. Thank you. But instead, what do you get? Right, air brakes. Think about that. That person, it's uncomfortable for them to tell you that. They're saying it to you because you becoming a better version of yourself is more important. And we react negatively to it. This is a bad teammate. All right. When do we hold a teammate accountable? Anna?
When they do and don't meet the standard.
Great. I'm glad you said it in that order, Anna. Because, heck, I was just talking about accountability, and I was saying, hey, when somebody falls short, hey, accountability need not be negative. Let's make sure we hold teammates accountable when they are meeting the standard. Hey, great job on this, right, or that. Yes, when people are meeting the standard and when they're not. Now, how do we hold a teammate accountable? In your workbooks, we gave you a couple of suggestions of how to do it. You guys remember how to do it? Any of those suggestions? Do we have a whiteboard in here? We do. All right, here, do we have a marker? Yeah. Dry erase, good. All right, so one of the first things we did, and we're going to start with, Anna just got that, so team 2, we're going to start with you. This is the hint of how do you hold a teammate accountable. One of the hints was this. That started the word. You got to finish the word for me. Let me go with Jack. All right, let me start with Henry. There you go. Be consistent about it. All right, that's one and one for team 2. Now we're going to start with team 1 here. All right. Be this, Owen.
Specific.
Be specific. All right, good. All right. Now here's a challenging one. The team 2, you have to do one push-up already. Now we're going to see about this one. This is the challenging one because it's only one word. Here, now I'll go to Tyler here. Timely, good, you got it, right? Be specific, right? Be timely. Did I even spell that right? I'm not sure. Timely, right? And then here's the last one. We always, always support the blank. Here, I'll go to Olivia on this. We always support the who am I at over here? I'm with Ziggy over here.
I support the standard.
The standard, there we go. All right, there we go. Well, everybody earned a push-up here. I'll do one with you. We'll all get one knocked out here. Let's go. There we go. Good, good. All right, always support the standard. That's right.
Dan, excuse me one second, I gotta run for 15 minutes, do you need any help with the Kahoot or anything back there, or maybe?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm good. Yeah, no, thanks.
Yeah, I know you
Yeah,
gotta
thanks.
so thank you.
Let's take, what do you guys wanna take, 5 or 10 minutes break? What do you wanna take? 10? Okay, now, Olivia, look, but it's 9 o'clock in here. At 9:10, we're not walking back in here. At 9:10, we're sitting back in here, but I'll give you 10 minutes, good? All right, let's get 10 minutes. Z, what flavor did you go with this morning?
That was from last night.
Oh, it was? Oh, that's nasty.
No, it was sitting in my car. Appreciate
Oh, so it was cold the whole night long? Yeah, all right.
But it feels like one
What flavor?
strawberry, banana, and peanut butter.
Oh,
Vanilla.
oh, that's right on. Thank you for bringing it in for me.
I was too busy crashing into roundabouts.
You what? What happened, Rizzy?
I was too busy crashing into roundabouts this morning.
You had some trouble driving?
I couldn't get out the driveway.
Really?
Yeah, so I spent like 30 minutes just trying to get out the driveway because there was like, I don't know, 2 feet of snow.
I'm nervous right now because I have, from here, I'm going to San Diego. And in San Diego, there's a big real estate convention tomorrow morning.
So you
And
like have to make it.
I'm the keynote speaker.